Hello, Math 111, summer 2013 at Blue Mountain Community College. This is Gary Parker. I'm your math instructor. I just wanted to go over some of the basics. Hopefully you've gone this far, most of you. BMCC online. If you haven't gotten in there yet, you need to be in there as soon as possible. Log yourself in. I see some of you have already been in here and have been doing homework. Excellent. I just want to go over some of the features of the site and what you ought to be doing to succeed in the course. So announcements. I post announcements in here. Right now there's a browser check. If you've been doing homework, then obviously your browser is capable of doing everything it needs. Graphing calculator or some kind of utility is necessary. Here's some information about graphing calculators and utilities with some pictures of a free one there. Questions and answers. I put up a question and answer session in here where people can go in and ask stuff. It's categorized, whether your question is about the course, the chapter 1, chapter 2, and so on. So I'll take a look at this daily. I need to look at it in a little while. Haven't gotten there today. Syllabus. One thing you need to look at right away. Here's how to get in touch with me. Email address, telephone. Office hours are by appointment. If you happen to be in or around Pendleton and you want to come meet with me in person, great. We'll find a time that works for the two of us. Otherwise, we can do online office hours with a program called Blackboard Collaborate. You got to get a book, online or print. Online is the cheapest way to go. Pre-calculus concepts, you got to buy it through the BMCC bookstore. There's one other way out, which I can show you in a minute. Don't go to Amazon to try and buy the book because you will not get the proper access code. That's a problem. You can get the access code through this website, and I can show you where. But the book is essential. If the book is in print, you still need the online one because that gives you access to the My Math Lab MML homework. We'll take a look at that in a minute. So please read through the syllabus. I'm not going to go through it for you here. There's a mini calendar of target and deadline dates. You should aim to get things done by the target, but you can't get things done later than the deadline. So please schedule yourself accordingly. I give a daily recommended calendar right here. I set due dates for the day a section ends in this calendar, but then I extend it to improve your grade for 3 days after the date listed here. So although chapter 1, section 1 ended yesterday, you have until Friday to get it done if you haven't yet. So please get busy. Chapter 1 deadline for the exam is over here. Posted deadline is on the 10th. So I would aim for that, otherwise that gives you less time to complete the other stuff. We have to be done in just under 10 weeks according to the college schedule. So this is a section by section breakdown of the way I think you ought to do that. I don't use MML announcements. MML calendar has similar due dates to that other calendar. You can only log into the MML calendar if you've entered your access code. So if you don't have an access code, you need to get one ASAP. If you try to click on any of the MML links in here, or you try to access a chapter through the links on these pages here, like multimedia textbook, if you haven't already, you'll be prompted to accept the user license and enter your code. You can't view the online book, nor can you do the online homework if you don't have a code. Codes can be purchased either directly through the links I just showed. You can be prompted to buy it there, or you can buy it through the BMCC bookstore. Got to do one of those pretty soon here. I'll look at the textbook in just a little while. Although all chapters of the book are present here, we only are going to cover chapters 1 through 4. Once you're in the textbook, instead of using this as your table of contents, there's a table of contents listing right here, and you can expand to pick a section. Maybe you want to go to the end of the book in the appendix and get answers to problems, or you want to do the index or the searchable index. Pages blow up, but it's pretty marginal as far as the blow up goes. So if you have vision problems, then you're going to need some other program to blow it up, or a print version of the book. You can scroll page by page, back, forward, or you can pick a page number here. And the other nice thing about the book is they have videos that you can click on. I'm not going to do videos for each section. What I'll do is chapter overviews and maybe a review. But there's lots of lovely videos for everything covered in the course available in the ebook or available through the, where'd it go? Right here, example and work now for each section. There's also, for video stuff, a multimedia library. You can search for sections and topics in there also. Homework. It's a good idea to read the section first, try the examples, watch the videos, then jump into the homework. In the homework, you get to pick a section. Now here it's going to let me know that this section was due yesterday, but I can still improve my score up until the 20, where's the, it doesn't show the final date, but it's 3 days from the 25th. And then I can pick any problem that I haven't done, or a problem I did, or a problem I got wrong, and I can redo it. And so then I can say, hey, what's the domain of this function? Well, domain means what you input. I could input any value for multiplication and addition. In interval notation, that would be from negative infinity to infinity. Hopefully you've seen that in a previous course. Check answer. Don't get used to that check your answer button because it is not on the test. You've got to be your own check your answer button somehow. Make sure you save assignments. Back here. Other things you want to note, tests and quizzes are located here. There are no quizzes for this class, just tests. Before you can take any real test, you have to take the practice test and get a 70% or better. Okay? Practice test you can take as many times as you want. You can jump in and out of it. I'd recommend taking it until you get 100%. I'd also recommend taking it, make believe it's the real test. Sit down, no book, no notes, calculator in hand, and go for it. And see how you do. These are extra practice tests provided by the publisher. I did not create these. So there may be questions on here that I would not ask on mine. Note, pre-test is always easier than the post-test. So if you want to see your understanding of this material, you might want to try the pre-test right now. Because hopefully you've seen some of the concepts in Chapter 1, but there's some that are going to be new to you for sure. I find Chapter 1 to be the most challenging one. MML gradebook. You might not see much there. I'm really not going to use it. I've integrated the MML gradebook into the eCollege gradebook. So you should be able to see all your grades here. Whenever you save something, I can see it in my master gradebook. Study plan keeps track of what you've done. And so that's a good thing to check on once in a while. It's a useful tool. So right now it doesn't have much in there. It's weird. It doesn't have anything in there. Even though I've done homework. It should list what chapters you've mastered. View progress. Let's try that. The study plan is linked to 3 different things. Okay, there we go. Chapter 1. It shows I've had a little progress in Chapter 3. That's weird. It should show that I have some. Maybe I haven't done enough homework to have any mastery points yet. So I better go do some more homework. So it should keep track of what you do in your homework. It keeps track of what you do in your tests in here. It also keeps track of what are called the tutorial exercises. And tutorial exercises can be found in the sections. Track tutorial exercises. So this section looks a lot like the homework. I did not pick any of these problems. They're all available problems from this section in the book, which is kind of like every other problem in the actual textbook. And doing problems here is a place to get extra practice before or after you do your homework. This is not for a grade, however, it's just for mastery of the material. You're graded on what you do for MML homework and MML tests. All right, what else do we have here? Multimedia library is a place for you to go to search for videos. Tools for Success has some information about graphing calculators, an algebra review card. We're not going to use these things down here, although Wolfram Alpha is a pretty darn cool math program. I might show that later. So if you have a TI, this is a great place to go. Additional student resources. Some people like to do problems out of the book for practice. Here's the Student Solutions Manual. In the appendix of the book, they just have answers. Here you get solutions to odd-numbered exercises. If you're having financial difficulties, you can't buy your book yet, you need to get temporary access here ASAP. That'll get you into the online book and homework for 20 days. Please do so soon if you haven't already. And that's it for now. There's a doc sharing section. I put some stuff in. You should take a look at that. This is where I post announcements. You should look at that daily. You really got to do math every day to succeed in this class. If you can't do that, I think you should drop. last day to drop without a penalty, I think, is tomorrow. I know it's tomorrow. So that's it for me right now. I'll be back with some more math soon. Have a good day. Do good math. Ta-ta.